right, so we're back here on another Couch Coach Live. We're back from the bye week. We took a semi bye week last week just to kind of get everything together. Well, what's going on, Maui?
Oh man, chilling. You know, just to make the show. I'll be working hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
driving fast to get to this show. So once I get here, man, I'm like, whew, all right, I'm here. What's going on though?
Not much, man. Just working. That's all. That's all I'm
Right.
doing. Is just working.
Happy
That's all.
belated birthday, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
fun week. It was a real fun week. Went out to MGM out with my uncles, and we hung out that
Oh,
weekend before, and yeah,
okay.
just chill. Yeah, it was good. Good to just
You go
kind
to
of.
you go to Club 55?
No, we kept it. We just kept it in the casino and just chill.
Yeah. You
You
eat a
know, nothing
blunt?
crazy. Nah.
You eat a gummy? You eat a
No,
gummy?
no, I'm not gonna do that because in my anxiety level, I
Uh,
know I know the moment my heart beat, I'm gonna be so scared. Like I'm gonna be like to a point where like I can't you know be that have that like that weakness. Like oh my god, like what's wrong with me? I couldn't like I couldn't do that. I couldn't
okay,
do that to
okay. Then how
myself.
about this? Did you get some chicken and mumbo sauce?
Nah, man. I tell you,
Okay.
we was on there for like a day. So all we did,
Okay.
we went there.
Okay.
We stayed out by the harbor,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just chill, man. We didn't do nothing. We just had lunch. Well, we had dinner, and then we went to MGM, and then
Mm-hmm.
came on back that next day, that Sunday. But yo, it was just chill.
Okay.
Just really
You
a
deserve it,
chill.
man.
Really
You work
appreciate
hard.
it.
You know what I'm saying? What you call
Yeah,
Jeff Hunt? What you call Jeff? What is he?
huh? The
What do you
Paw
what's his
Father, the
nickname?
Paw Father.
Right.
Yeah.
He call you the heart and soul off the ball. He call you the heart and soul.
But yeah, Mo, you right, Mo. I definitely will be. I would be like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Why's my chest beating like this? Oh man,
I
I'm about
really
to
don't
die.
like green shoes.
I was like,
Green shoes make my head hurt.
I'm like, why I feel this way? Why my chest beating? I'm like, bro, start calling people on the text line like, look, how I cure this man? Somebody take me to the doctor, dog. I don't feel good.
You trying to cancel what Pat Mahomes? What's Mahomes' brother's name?
Oh
You start
gosh, never.
you
I
start
don't know.
talking
I
about
never heard. I never heard it. I never heard his brother day in my life. But we got our special guest in. Pull him in. What's going on? Cool. got
Yes,
that ATL head.
sir.
What's going
You
on, man?
already know what's going on, fellas.
Yeah. What's going
what
on?
up,
Cool.
homie?
Chilling, man, chilling. Had a little technical difficulty, but we got it straight.
Okay.
It's all
I like
good.
that hat.
Appreciate that, man. It's one of them throwbacks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely, before we get started, we got to talk some baseball. We leading off this week
Yes,
talking baseball,
sir.
and once again, man, I don't know something about cool and this Midas touch. The Bucks went, cover the Bucks in the NBA carousel. They win a championship, and now Braves fan, and now they won a World Series. I don't know, man. I need the lottery numbers.
All I can tell you, man, is if the same thing worked for the Eagles and the daggone Nuggets, I'd be happy. But it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
Look, rock paper scissors ain't gonna be able to get you.
Potato petita.
Hey,
Shut
man,
up.
if he run the ball like he did last week,
I know,
we'll
right?
be
Ain't
all
that
right.
something? I
But
know. Like,
you don't know if this dude gonna do the same thing next week. This dude might come
doubt
out
it.
there and throw the ball 70 times next week, man. We don't know what this dude gonna do.
More likely. We
He
don't
don't
know.
know what he's gonna do.
He's so unpredictable. So, fellas, we gotta talk about the Atlanta Braves winning the World Series. Their first since 1995. They
Mm.
won 7-0 in Game 6 against the Astros,
The cheat
to capture
throws.
the Chitros. And shout out to Jorge Solari, the
Yes.
the
Mhm.
MVP of the World Series. So I'm going to you first. Cool, your thoughts on the Braves winning the World Series?
Man, I'm gonna just say it like this. I'm happy, you know what I'm saying? Obviously a fan, so happy as a fan, happy for the city. I used to live there. I'm not there anymore, but happy for the city. Still know a lot of people there. They turned up for this one. Best chance I think that Atlanta has had in a while, for a championship.
Yeah.
Definitely the best chance I've had for a team that I cheer for a championship in a while. So just, excited to see them actually do it. You haven't heard me say a lot about the Braves, and I feel like I'm the personal bad luck charm for the Braves because every year when I start talking about them, they start slumping. So this year I just shut up. I started talking about them a little bit at the beginning of the year. They was bad. I shut up. They started getting better. So I shut up until they won. So now that they won, now I can talk again. But it's amazing to do it, man. When you lose a couple of your main players, you go out and you make some good pickups throughout the season to fill in spots. One of the best defensive and hitting infields that I've seen in a long time. A lot of guys contributed as pitchers. We lost our best starter in the first game with a broken leg. Still went out there and did what needed to be done, man. You got to find a way. People always say next man up. You hear that all the time in sports, but this is a good example of literally the next man up. These guys are hurt. Y'all got to do it or we can't win. And I do want to shout out the Houston Astros too, though, because they made it there and they were a good team and they didn't lay down. We got up 3-1. They came out. They gave it to us in Game 5. We were able to slide back in Game 6 and not do what everybody in the world almost that wasn't a Braves fan thought we were going to do and choke. So y'all choke on that. But yeah, champions, baby, champions. Love it.
Yeah. Maui, what you got?
Well, I hadn't really followed any baseball since Mississippi State, won.
Yeah.
So I did the same thing. I went on and watched every game, and just out of respect of the show, I got a little information. And from what I see, I mean, the Braves was a better team. I mean, the first, what's his name? Savar. Did I say it? Savari.
Oh, Solari.
Solari.
Yeah. Yes,
I mean, he set the tone. Like when you watch the highlights, he set the tone. You know what I mean? Boom, every hit. He set the tone. So, and then it basically it seemed like it took a lot out of the fans and the team. They almost looked intimidating to me. Now shout out to the Astros in Game 2 where they had to step up. They had to, you know what I mean? Because they really got bitch slapped the first game. Let's be honest with you. You know what I mean? So
it was at home too.
I mean,
so,
and it was at home too. So basically, and I was like, well, damn. did they kind of did they play rope-a-dope a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Because they know they got to play I mean, I'm just being honest with you. Did they play rope-a-dope? Then I was like, okay, then Game 3 hit. And I was just like, man, who the hell is? I'm like, I ain't followed none of these dudes. You know what I mean? Because they was just hit.
Yeah.
And then let me see. And to be honest with you, the Braves could have swept them, but they lost a lot of. Even though the Astros had stepped up, they really only capitalized on the Braves' mistakes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just like Game 5, all those balls and the runs came in. You know what I mean? They were just kind of doing damage to themselves. But I mean, if you're gonna shut, it was almost like a gentleman sweep, to be honest with you. And from what I saw was, even though Tucker, he sliding on the ground catching balls, that was great for the Astros. They couldn't really mess with them Braves. Them Braves had them. And I guess the question is, I know Freddie Freeman. I think it's Freeman. He's up for free agency. Do you think that they should go ahead and sign him and give him, or you think they should let him go?
Well, man, you want to keep Freddie Freeman, but it is a business, right? You want to keep him, but you got to go to him and say, look, man, this is what we can give you, right? Maybe we don't do as longer term. So if you want to go back up in a couple of years, try to get really paid, you can. But it's going to be a matter really of if Freddie Freeman really wants to be a Brave, and he's willing to say, I want to keep this team together and try to go back to back. And if he's willing to make some concessions, maybe financially, to try to keep the team together. I mean, if you look at him as a player, of course you'd want to have him back, right? But the dollars got to make sense. You got to make the dollars work.
Right.
Yeah.
And congratulations, though, B. That's what you want. If I had a league, that's what you want. You want a team like that to win, and then say, hey, then people that don't really watch it, they start saying, hey, man, I want to check this team out right here. You know what I mean? So congratulations.
Appreciate that, man. It's been big, man. It's very exciting.
Yeah, and definitely congratulate you to my NL East brethren, cool in Atlanta Braves. Damn, doesn't it feel good to win a World Series in Houston?
It does, bro. It does. You know what I'm
My
saying?
goodness, like it is always a great feeling to win there in Houston, as we did 2 years ago. So definitely definitely great. And yeah, man, so funny. It was two guys that I was rooting for for this World Series. Obviously, Dusty Baker, and then Ron
Yeah.
Washington. So
Yeah.
and shout out to Ron Washington getting
Yes,
the Super
sir.
Bowl, not Super Bowl, World Series
Big
title.
up, Rob. Big up.
Yeah, yeah, and he's doing his thing definitely all the years and with the Texas Rangers, kind of somewhat to run around there, and that. So definitely, yeah, it was a great series. I was scared a little bit because Sunday I was like, all right, y'all need to close this thing out. Y'all got to close this thing out, and then I was like,
Right.
oh, I was like, ooh, this, this. I like, yo, y'all gotta. This is it. Like, don't go back to Houston. But then I think everybody has, went on there to win, on the road. I think that I forgot when was the last time a team won a World Series at home. It's been years.
It's been a while, yeah.
I forgot what they said was dating back to, but yeah, it was great for the city, for Atlanta. Like, obviously, just to kind of you look at all the past failures, the Falcons blowing the Super Bowl lead. Then you looking at like what the Hawks at this point, are on the verge of making it to the NBA Finals, falling short in the Eastern Conference Finals, and just all these disappointments, that.
And then of course the Bulldogs, like every year.
Yeah. And this might be the year of the Bulldog, potentially.
That's crazy, yeah.
Potentially. And like you said, and it's great for the city. And I see that Mac City got a spread for the boys. So I like shout out to the Hoopers who sent me that tweet today. So yeah.
Hey, did you know they had a buffet? My bad.
Yeah, Coop Falling though. Coop from Atlanta. Well, he was in Atlanta.
Yeah,
they had a buffet. Remember, I had some of those lemon pepper wings before. I'm just saying.
Really?
But
how come you didn't tell us they had a buffet? Hey,
Hey, man, if y'all would have been like, yo, what's the spot you might want to go to for a good buffet? I would have put you on. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I'll be back. I mean, that's like, it's just, I'll be back. I mean, it's no thing. I mean, Atlanta's. I never really realized how economically priced Atlanta is, and then obviously, just this, from the logistics standpoint, it's not that bad of a, not that bad. I get a flight, it'd be there in an hour, so it's no thing to go back out there except for the buffet.
It's like a 4-hour drive, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you in Charlotte, right? You still in Charlotte, right? Yeah.
Yep. So it's like a 4-hour drive.
Yep.
So it's nothing.
Like, right. Yeah, and I can get a cheap flight on Delta, and Delta the hub deal. So why not? It ain't no thing to go to Atlanta.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Right. Yeah, I seen it. I like, oh, they got a nice little spread for them, and then the parade is on Friday, so that's gonna be kind of cool. But yeah. So fellas, that's next topic that we're gonna discuss. We gotta definitely talk about your boy. Yeah, after Hughes, shout out to Freddie, man. Appreciate you for chiming in. Appreciate you. Yeah. Scottie Pippen, your boy Scottie Pippen. All right, so
your boy Scottie Pippen.
Hey, yeah, dude.
Your boy
Scottie. I'm telling you, he putting his whole life in that book. So we gotta pull up. I'm gonna pull up that. See if it's gonna let me pull up. Oh, all right. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna share it again. All right, let me pull up that article and get some of these excerpts because your boy Scottie is he wilding. So this is there's a few excerpts that I kind of wanted to talk about tonight. This is gonna be a part of Scottie Pippen's book that's coming out, I think, Tuesday. So one of the quotes from it, if you're able to see, fellas, y'all able to see that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So each episode, and this is him talking about the Last Dance documentary. Each episode was the same. Michael on a pedestal. Don't laugh. I see you laughing, Malcolm. His teammates secondary, smaller. The message no different from when he referred to us as his supporting cast. The glorified Michael Jordan, while not giving nearly enough praise to me and my proud teammates, Pippen wrote, Michael deserved a large portion of the blame. The producer had granted him editorial control of the final product. The doc couldn't have been released otherwise. He was the leading man and the director. All right, and then also he said that he could. Okay, let me go back to it. So he said during the documentary, Jordan called Pippen his best teammate of all time. And then Pippen said he couldn't have been more condescending if he tried. Pippen wrote. Oh, that's a great picture.
Say, hey Mike, what's wrong with you? I think I got the COVID. I'm just messing with you.
Hey, yo, and then now this is how the interesting one of it, and this points out your boy LeBron Maui. Well,
man, hold up,
Michael Michael was determined to prove to the current generation of his fans that he was larger than life during his day, and still larger than LeBron James, the player many consider his equal, if not superior. Pippen wrote. So, fellas, we got two interesting. I might add two interesting quotes from Scottie Pippen in his book that's coming out on Tuesday. Your thoughts on on Scottie Pippen and his critique on MJ? I'm gonna go with you first. Cool, what you got?
Well, the first thing that I thought when I first saw it, and then as I read those quotes, was a quote from a modern day rapper. You do anything for clout, right? That's the first thing that came to my mind. My thing is, was the documentary a little self-serving for Michael Jordan? Yeah. Was Michael Jordan the star of the team? Yeah. Do they win those championships without Michael Jordan? No. So I mean, what do you expect to happen, Scotty? Like you literally were Robin. I'm sorry that you're mad that you were Robin, but you were never Batman. You had an opportunity to be Batman, and you showed us that you were just an old Robin. You never were going to be Batman. I'm sorry that you're mad that you're never going to be Batman. And the man praised you as being his greatest teammate of all time. And you want to turn that into condescending. To me, it's just one of those things where Scotty's out here trying to do whatever he can to sell his book so he can try to get him some of that bread since he didn't get a lot of bread from the Last Dance. I'm not mad at Mike. Do I feel like when I watch it that maybe he could have shown his teammates a little bit more love? Probably. But again, you're the director. It's about you. You're the star. You're the main attraction. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I agree. Maui, what you got?
You agree? Okay. I'm gonna keep it real. It's definitely clout, but it also might, it might be his truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that he goes on Vlad TV so I can see the full interview, because I want to know everything from the rooter to the tutor. You know what I mean? I won't, but at the same time, somebody need to go to him and say, you need to stop bitching. This is your fault. Don't, if you really feel like Jordan was this way, don't be like Jordan then. Accept the fact that you was the leader of the team. You had a dominant team.
Yeah.
And you went like stop being that dude that sat on the bench. We not even knocking some of the stuff that you saying. We most likely think it's true. To be honest with you, Jordan just being who he always was. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, I'm telling you, if you watch Tiger Woods documentaries, Charles Barkley, you watch all these documentaries of back at that time, Michael Jordan somewhere nearby.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just be real. But what I'm saying is, you have a decision to switch that. You being the same person that sat on that bench when Kukoc went out there, when y'all was when Michael wasn't there And let's be real. I remember the video of him wearing Jordans and telling Jordan to come back.
Mm-hmm.
I remember all that. You know what I'm saying? But stop being that dude. Be better than that. You Scottie Pippen. You really Michael ain't win nothing without you. And I don't understand why everybody don't want to give Phil Jackson his just due. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they ain't win nothing without Phil. But Scottie Pippen was one of the best all around players. I've heard people say today that he wasn't even good. Like he was bad. I'm like, nah, he was an all around player. You know what I mean? But and that's just my take. I just think he needs to grow up.
Yeah, and like to your point, where I mean, in
Go
his
ahead.
like you think about it now, present day. I mean, he would be a monster. Like I mean, he was kind of born. He was in this era of basketball. I think he would have been perfect for this day for today's game
Mm-hmm.
as a what we deem as a point forward. But like almost as Cool said, a musical. He did everything for cloud. I would do a little old school. Scottie Pippen, that's my guy, but he's acting a lot like Otis and David Ruffin. Look, nobody came to see you, Otis.
They
They
came
Mm-hmm.
to
came to
Dave
see
Ruffin.
me. They came to see David
Right.
Ruffin. Like,
Right.
and that's where and the thing is, it's just like everything. It's almost just like the documentary is a microcosm of their of their basketball, of
Right.
just the whole Bulls dynamic, where we knew Jordan was gonna be the one that's the star, that's gonna key in, and then everybody plays their role. And you essentially played that role in that documentary. And
Right.
the thing is this where it did make Jordan come across as this, but it's just one of those things where it's like that's what comes with the territory of him being great. It's you see that in people of that magnitude.
Right.
And the thing that got me was Scotty, like you said, I mean, this stuff happened almost 25 years ago. Like, I mean, seriously. So it's to a point where it's just like, I know he's just doing this, like you said, for clout, for the book.
Yeah.
And for, to make the comments. But to me, I just think the whole thing of him saying that he's condescending and how he's not treating the teammates. But I'm like, what was he supposed to do? I mean, tell something that wasn't a real depiction of what
Right.
happened, because
Yeah.
it's really an autobiography. This is
Right.
stuff that we all
Yeah.
knew happened. So it's not like a situation where it's like a Boys in the Hood where certain aspects of it was kind of not Boys in the Hood. What's the thing? Strict.
Just
Anyway,
get rich or die trying. That's a good
or
example.
something like that. So yeah, right.
Yeah.
It wasn't more of an embellishment, like like
Right.
that was it was
Right.
it was a part of 50 Cent
It-
life, but
Yeah,
there was still
based
some
on.
embellishment based
Yeah.
on loosely based on
Yeah.
his life. But this we have footage, we have things that happen, as far as news footage, like everything that happened with Scottie, the meltdown in '94. Like you talked about Maui, the whole thing about not drawing to play for Scottie, he drew to
Right.
play for Tony Kukoc.
Right.
That, and then the whole holdout in '97 that kind of led to all that. So so, and the whole thing about the documentary, as far as to pretty much put, I won't say that's for as far as to let people know that Jordan is the ish, and for LeBron, that's Jordan though. That's
Right.
how competitive Jordan is. Like if you
Right.
look at his Hall of Fame speech, it was awkward. Like
Right.
even I don't think he included in this one, but I think he did like a press conference, because that was the year that Michigan State and North Carolina played in the Final Four,
Mhm.
and he was just talking so much trash about Michigan State. I was like, this is awkward. Like,
Yeah,
this
he's
is
an
your
asshole.
boy, but that's him though. But that's MJ
Yeah.
to a T. He's competitive,
Yeah.
so
Right.
that's why it's like I can understand the fact that he probably did want to kind of one up LeBron, and as far as that, because it's just a simple fact of I want people to know I was the what back in the day, and look what I'm doing
Right.
now. Because the thing is, from a numbers perspective, we already know the value that Jordan has, even 20 years after he has retired.
Right.
He's outpacing everybody from a fiscal standpoint. So that's just a competitive nature of him. It's like I just want y'all to know I can dominate him in each and every facet of basketball. I can outdo anybody in this league, regardless,
Right.
past, present,
I-
or future.
Because everybody looked that documentary, it was a good documentary, but when you really sit back and look at it, like the only person to me that looked good was Phil Jackson. Everybody else looked real messed up, from Dennis Rodman. You know what I mean? Steve
Yeah.
Kerr looked good too, but Scottie Pippen, he didn't look good in the show. You know what I mean? He actually
Yeah.
looked kind of, not smart. You know what I mean? And Jordan looked like a snitch. I really hate to say that. He was the snitchingest dude I ever seen in my life. I wouldn't want to play for him. I was like, you damn tattletale. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the whole
You
thing
know?
about when he first started, the whole cocaine and women thing.
Yeah.
Because, and I think he could have left that out, but that was a part of NBA in the 80s. It was
I know you so silly, Reed. He was like, I know,
drugs,
man. You
sex,
could
and
have
rock
left
and
that out.
roll.
Yeah, but I'm
He could have,
even the young players, he was like, man, where was you at last night? I'm like, looking like, Mike, the camera right there. What did you,
Right.
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Do your parents
But you
know
know
where you
what
at?
though?
Nigga, do your parents, you know?
Mhm.
I do respect the fact from Jordan that he put it all in there, right? So Scotty tried to
Mm-hmm.
spin a narrative like Mike just put the things that made him look good. Mike put everything in there. Like you
He
Right.
put
said, he put
everything
down how
in.
he was a snitch. You know what I'm saying? He put down how he
A
was a
bully.
jerk. Yeah, how
Yeah.
he bullied some of the teammates. He put all that stuff in there. So
Right.
he was real about himself as well. So Scotty got a lot of shine. If you really look at it, Scotty got a lot of shine in the last dance. It wasn't the shine maybe he wanted, but guess what, Scotty?
Yeah, he looked dumb.
People saw you and the way you saw yourself were completely different. And that's why you
That's
mad,
right.
because now
That's
that you're
right.
looking at yourself, you're like, oh, yeah. Because I mean,
Yeah.
you got played for a long time.
A
He made
long time.
way less money than he should have made, but that wasn't Mike's
Right.
fault. Mike didn't sign the
Mm-mm.
checks. Mike didn't get
Right.
paid like that. You know what I'm saying? Mike got a lot of his money from other stuff. He gets money from the team.
Yeah.
So I
To
mean,
the end. Yeah.
yeah, I think Scotty's a little salty about that. And I mean, I guess I can understand it if I was in his situation, but at the same time, you did get a lot of shine. It's just the situation behind the scenes is like, dang, Scotty.
Bro,
And you know,
it's
see,
decisions.
yeah,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, you good. That's actually where I was going with it. Like, you know, you gotta be smarter than to let the things that happen upset you when you know it's the truth. Whether you like to see it or
Mm-hmm.
not, you know that those things really happen. There's no lies in there. Everybody's laid out at the last dance, good or bad.
Right.
Everybody's laid out. Like you said, a lot of people look bad at least to a degree. But
Right.
the thing is,
Yeah.
that's the stories behind what made the last dance as great as it was.
Um, like I go back, he had his chance, and
Mhm.
he made a bad decision about his contract, which he thought it was a good. He made a bad decision sitting on that bench.
Yep, and waiting to get that surgery.
If you would have went out there, that would have made your claim. And truth be told, I hate to say this, it would have been Scottie Pippen, coach's team, and when nobody even would have been thinking about Michael Jordan. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, by them losing, you watch The Last Dance. That's some of the reasons why Michael started coming back, because he felt
Mhm,
like made them look bad. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Like he said, he watched. I remember him saying, "I watched the game," and I was like, "Oh man, what's going
Yep.
on?" I think he got a phone call or something like that. But even when I watched that, Michael did not look good. Even when he was sitting there drinking, his eyes was brown. He was sitting there drinking his drink,
Tequila.
Yeah.
right? And and I'm sitting there like I said, he don't look like he. It almost looked like he was like, this book might be that for Pippen, where he was putting his soul out there. This was the good, bad, and the ugly of this whole situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even though, and I'm not Pippen ain't wrong, B. Like he might have put that out for because everybody was blowing that up about, the Cavs winning, and it was something great. But he was like, hey, we went through this great situation too. So it is what it is. But he gotta he's got to let that go. Hopefully after this book he will.
Yeah. Yeah. He's gonna have to, like you said, because you hope so. But yeah, we just I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, it is just a trip of how, even because this documentary is almost 2 years old. I
Yeah.
mean, in
He's really
theory.
acting like a Robin. If you really know anything about Batman and Robin, Robin was a little boy that whined all the time. And
Yep.
he's
And
acting just like a Robin.
like a
Yep.
Robin. Yes,
Yep.
sir. And you know
Yep.
the funniest thing about the last dance that I always say, there is one more person that they made look good in the last dance. They tried not to, but they did, and that was Isaiah Thomas. Because they tried to
Mm,
spin the narrative about how they walked off. But then when you
Mm-hmm.
listen to the fact that they were like, hey, Boston did the same thing to us. And then when
Mm-hmm.
you come to the dream team and you don't include Isaiah Thomas, right? And then you interview like Scottie Pippen and a couple of people, and nobody ever really says it, but everybody kind of alludes to Mike and Magic were the reasons that he went on that team. So you were so
Mm-hmm.
intimidated by Isaiah Thomas that you didn't want him on a dream team. That's how I'm intimidated you. You wanted Christian Leitner instead.
Right.
Right.
You didn't make
Yeah.
yourself look good there. And that was really the
Yeah.
whole dream team looked like some punks and some suckers. And but that particular segment, they looked like some suckers.
Right.
Some people were saying they wanted Shaq to be there.
But they
You
got
know, I remember
Christian
that.
Leitner.
And they
Yeah,
got
but they
Christian
got
remember
Laettner.
Christian Lane.
Yeah. Yeah. And now he's in the Hall of Fame because of that.
That's crazy. That's like
Yeah,
Nick
Chris is
Foles
such
being
a
in the Hall of Fame
Carolina
because of
guy.
one season.
Right. Yeah. He'll be in Canton, you know. He'll be in Canton
Chris is
just for
such a
that season.
Carolina guy. You say Christian Later, his whole back just pop, 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 pop.
Yeah,
Dude,
Damn
Carolina.
Dookie.
dude,
Yeah.
under my hat, my hair is just curling up more, just upset because you said Christian Leitner.
I know,
I
right?
said
I'm
it.
just like,
It still made myself mad.
I
You know what I'm
know. I was
saying? But
like, that's a bad word around these parts.
yeah,
Hey,
man.
they should do a
Good
show.
dirty
You know how
words.
they got What If? They got the show What the animated What If. They
Hmm.
should do a What If with like situations like what if Scotty actually went in there and they hit the shot, like how everything might have changed since then. You know what I
What if
mean?
Isaiah Dream Team?
Right.
Yeah.
What if Isaiah was on the Dream Team? Right.
Yeah. What if he
You
was
know
on
what I
that
mean?
ring team? A lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff I would do that
There's a lot.
for.
Yeah, that would be kind of a slick
If
show. You know what I mean?
if Christian
And he
Laettner missed
deserved
that
that
shot
more
against
than
Kentucky.
John Stockton. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, big time. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of guys that and then, like you said, it did make Isaiah Thomas look like a good guy, and
Mm-hmm.
that's and for a Michael Jordan centric type of documentary, that's definitely fascinating because now we looked at Isaiah as a victim because now he's in that bastard of the league, and
Oh, that's great.
and
I
he,
would like to know what he's saying. I would like to know what he's saying about this quote because he was always saying that Scottie Pippen was
Oh
the
yeah.
one that they really was. He always say that. He
yep,
always say. He said, "Man, it was Scottie Pippen. That was the one that we was in practices and the film room watching and blah blah blah." You know what I mean?
yeah,
I would love to hear what has to say about this.
but yeah,
Yeah, I did
so
watch one interview where Isaiah Thomas, they asked him about Scottie Pippen saying how he should build a team. And he said, and Isaiah Thomas said, that's one thing if Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird don't want me on the team.
Mm.
But Scottie Pippen gonna try to say I shouldn't be on the dream team and you should. Scottie
exactly,
Pippen gonna try to act like he's better than me. I
Oh,
was like, oh, you right though. You right.
you're right though.
Yeah,
Shoot.
you right.
Yeah, you can't. You're right. I'm a Chicago legend, son. You third fiddle in
You
my
know what I'm
city.
saying? You ain't even
third.
Robin when they bring me up. Mike might be
Exactly.
first, but I'm definitely second. You third at best.
Right.
Yes.
I had
Right.
nightmares about Scottie Pippen's family because they all look alike, like the town of Pippins. I was like,
Bruh, yeah. That was crazy.
And then speaking of
I had
that,
to agree with you, but that was crazy. That was crazy.
right, right. And then what killed me was, and that's another thing too. It then lost a Pippen. Remember the day after, I think episode 1 or 2, and she was like, "Well, we was never broke. Ain't nobody talk about that y'all broke now. You were just underpaid. This is the
Yeah.
'90s. And you getting paid like what like $1 million a season?
Yeah,
Like,
he took that so he would have the security for his family. And I mean, it doesn't mean you
yeah,
were broke like you didn't have nothing. It just mean like
exactly.
there's a lot of
You
y'all
just get the big
and you weren't
contract.
living like other people were. Yeah. Come on, man.
Right. And that's why I hated when Pippen said that. I'm like, we know that he won't pour. Like you said,
Hmm.
and that was another, and that's why it was good to bring and I give Jordan his credit where he bought that point because Scotty went through a lot of tragic stuff in his
Hmm.
family. So you look at that type of stuff, he wanted that long-term security. So that's what he deemed what was right for him because you think about it, all that family troubles that he had, prior to him, going to the league. So that makes sense for kind of why it did. So I think, like you said, it just like you said, can't cool your point where it just portrayed people in their true light, and some people just didn't like how their light was portrayed at that during that time, and that's what it
Yep.
is. And that's and to sum that up, where Scottie, it is what it is. But I'm glad that Jordan and the directing team did point out those different angles for these players, which I thought that was a good thing. Where how like the Last Dance kind of culminated with everybody, because everybody was at a certain point in their life. So I mean, it was great. It was great. We looked at it as Jordan as the main character, but there was still some intricate pieces that made that that team interesting in the documentary interesting. So but yep. So talk a little NBA, fellas. Let's talk about some NBA over and underachievers thus far in the NBA season. We just started the NBA season a few weeks in. We got some few surprises, and we got some ones that's been kind of some shockers as well. So I just want to go around the horn, fellas. Your NBA overachiever and underachievers. I want to go with you first. Cool. What you got?
So for my overachiever, I'm gonna go with Tyler Hero. I like what he's been doing this year. He's balling out. He's at least for this short, amount of time that we have so far, he's making an argument that maybe he should be what he said he wanted to be in the offseason, which is in the conversation with Luka and Trae Young. So he's at least making some noise in that direction so far in the season. So props to him for, for being that. And for my underachievers, I mean, really, I could go with everybody on the LA Lakers besides LeBron James.
Hey man, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. We number three in. We number three in.
But am I telling the truth? But am I lying though?
No, man. There's other teams you can pick, man. Other people to talk about, bro. Come on, man. You see where the Suns are? They stinky.
But that's an important thing because there was so much hype about this LA team coming into the season. But here's the thing about it though. We talking about a few weeks into the season. Let's be real. We had the same conversation. I come back on the show a month from now. I'm not gonna be able to say it's the Lakers because they're going to get better. Yep. But I'm just saying, as of this point, to me, they're underachieving for the expectations that we have for them, the amount of talent they have on the team. Well, there's one other player I have to leave off. I have to leave Carmelo Anthony off. So my apologies, Carmelo. Carmelo and LeBron, besides them, everybody else needs to be achieving more. And it's not a knock. It's not that they're garbage, but they're a team that we expected to be the top team pretty much from start to finish this year and need to see a little bit more from
them. Yeah. Maui, what you got?
What you laughing
at? I ain't even talking to that dude no more.
I knew he was going to do that, man. I knew out of everybody.
He's like, you can go.
Got all these teams that's at the bottom, man. Boston is sorry,
But I didn't really pick players for them, though. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have
I didn't pick players. I had picked teams. If that's okay, is that all right?
It's good. Yeah, right. Whatever. Yeah.
I put over. I put for the East. I put the Heat, Bulls, Knicks, and the Wizards, and the Hornets. I don't know. I just had a feeling the Wizards was going to be okay. You know what I mean? I just really did. I thought that they were going to be pretty good, and then I'm really shocked about the Knicks. You know what I mean? I thought they would be more like how the Nuggets is and the Mavericks are on the West, like that 4, 5, and 6, kind of like I thought they would be, or 5, 6, 7 or something like that. And they seem like they are being a little dominant. I'm not shocked about the Bulls. I knew the Bulls was gonna be all right. I'm not shocked at all. I'm not even playing. I'm not shocked at all. And I don't believe the Heat. I think the Heat is all right right now. They're actually arguably the best team in the league, some people are saying. But I think by February, they may start breaking down. And I don't know. I just got the strange feeling. But I hadn't watched them this season either. But
oh, you good. You good. My bad.
Okay. And in the Hornets, definitely the Hornets. I think the Hornets is like people saying LaMelo, but Bridges is balling. Bridges hitting threes. Bridges is balling, B. You know what I'm saying? Definitely Boston, the Pacers, and the Bucks. What's your man that said the Bucks was gonna be all right?
Cole. Shout out to Cole.
Yeah. You talking about the Bucks will be fine.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Cool. Well, I think they let PJ go, and I think that's gonna be a problem in the long run. Yeah. I think that's gonna be a problem.
That's fair.
But as you can see, he playing with the Heat. Look what the Heat is right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
PJ Tucker makes a impression, and he makes the team defense better wherever he goes.
Right,
You've never heard me say that he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? The thing with PJ
right.
is the offense. So I think Milwaukee's trying to figure it out. One other thing with Milwaukee, just want to throw it out there. Giannis is the only starter from last year that's actually able to play right now. Everybody else is out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
And
okay,
they still hanging in games. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they're not dominating, but they're still hanging in games.
okay,
And now, to be
okay.
honest, he has done one thing that we all said he needed to do. He's shooting jump shots now, and he's making
Yeah.
them, and he's making free throws. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he's
Mhm.
being better. But I can't argue with you because it's all about how you produce on the court. It doesn't matter who's out or who's there; it's how you produce on the court. I just want to throw that out there that they will be better because they're gonna get those other pieces back. Middleton's out.
Okay.
Um, Lopez is out.
Hmm.
Holiday is out. You know what I'm saying? So all those dudes are out. So, and like I
Yeah.
say, it's not an excuse. You still got to play with what you got. But I'm saying that's why I feel like they'll be fine and they'll be, you know what I'm saying, once they get all their pieces back together.
Okay. And on the West, I got Memphis, Minnesota, and the Warriors. I really didn't
Definitely
you know, I'm a
talk your
big I'm a
stuff.
big I'm a big Memphis fan. I hadn't even watched Minnesota, but you know, when I looked at the standings, I said, let me check them out. You know what I mean?
Bruh.
Really, man, this season is actually built for the younger teams. I'm
Yes.
gonna because now they're not calling these tic tac fouls, and these younger teams are shooting threes. You know, this is these guys are coming after the Steph Curry. You know, Steph Curry
Right.
old now. Like this is a whole nother generation that shoot. Like you can't leave anybody open. Like they really got to play defense. Um,
Hmm.
the Mavs and the Nuggets at the same place, but definitely underachieve Clippers, Suns, and Portland. And either Billups is gonna end up getting not gonna make it through the whole season, or I think Lillard gonna be gone
Yeah.
because I don't like I don't Chauncey Billups doesn't understand he needs to be more like Mike Tomlin and not Bill Belichick. Do
Mm.
you understand what I mean by that?
I
You
completely
can't,
understand.
you can't, you can't, and this is what I don't like about these older players, where you can't sit there and think that you can speak about people, and speak about players a specific way in public, and don't think that you're going to get some backlash. Like, why would they want to play for you? You know what I'm saying? Like he
Right.
did the same thing to Carmelo. And he crazy when they got their first win, they was all happy and screaming for him. Then the next thing he was saying how he embarrassed how the team played and this and that. And I'd be looking at them like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we got rid of our coach for this. Yeah, you're
Right.
bugging. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
but that's it. That's it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna talk about the Lakers. I'm just happy they got Avery Bradley. Once they put Avery Bradley in the starting lineup, things changed a little bit. You
They
know
have
what I
looked more
mean?
solid. Yeah, they have looked
You
more
know,
solid.
things.
Yeah.
So, but that's it. I'm not even. Y'all not gonna do that to me.
I love the
Yeah.
Minnesota Timberwolves pick by you, by the way. I love that one because I 100% agree. That's a team that really came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Big time. Yeah. Because they supposed to be like, you know, bottom dwellers essentially. We probably consider them maybe the third worst team in the West
Yep.
Well,
potentially
look,
between OKC and
Portland.
Houston. Yeah.
Right, you got Portland and the Sun. The Suns beat the Lakers. They won in like 3 or 1 and 4. Like what did they win last night?
Who? Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they now they 3-3. I think now they three and
No,
three.
no, no.
The
You sure?
Suns?
No, I
I
don't
thought the
think
Suns
so.
was
I think
like
they
three
might
and
be.
three. I thought
Look them up real quick. I think they might be 2-3.
because they won last night. Cause they
Yeah,
played
but
what? They played
they
OKC.
beat.
Oh yeah. No, they played New Orleans because that's when Shaq that's when
Yeah,
when Charles Barkley said when they showed a clip of Zion warming up, he said, "Yo, that looked like if me and Shaq had a baby,
stupid.
bro." I'm like,
Bruh,
yo,
He do be.
Zion,
He do.
he got
comedy,
to do better,
bro.
man. Zion got to do better, bro.
Yeah, and he only 21. That's frightening. Like
Hmm.
No,
that's
it's
really
frightening.
frightening. And it was funny. because we said it as a joke, like going down there, he was gonna lose some, he was gonna gain some pounds.
Right.
Yeah. So Phoenix 3-3. Yeah, they 3-3.
They are 3-3.
Yeah.
Damn, I thought they was
Yeah.
But anyway,
that's more wins than I thought they had too. To be honest with you.
Yeah, they 3-3.
Right. I thought they were 2-3. But
yeah, because they won last night.
But
Yeah.
Like I was talking to my dad real quick. You know, like that Ayton situation. Like, why would they do that? Why would they just go ahead and get a man his extension?
Can't give him that kind of money.
Why, right? You know why, right?
I mean, it's the league. It is. You can't get man kind of money at center like that.
You can't get that man that kind of money.
That's because Giannis gave him that work. Giannis gave him that work.
Right. Because you look at like they gave that money to Mikal Bridges, like with no problem, right? You see how they gave Mikal that money?
Yo, Giannis gave him that work.
But he wants Trae Young, Michael Porter Jr. You know what I'm saying?
Superstar money.
You can't get that man that money because he's
not.
You can't do it.
You can't win a championship with him. I mean, now that you're leading guy. No, now that you're leading guy. No. Now you give Devin Booker that money.
Yes.
But you can't give two guys like that.
I got you.
Yeah.
But
now
in the playoffs last year, that's all they were talking about was Ayton. You know, Devin Booker showed a different side of him where he was getting technical fouls.
Half of it was bad though. With Ayton.
Right.
Yeah, because you gotta have that to beat Giannis. You got to put that wall up. They call it the Giannis wall. And once Giannis realized that dude couldn't put that wall up,
right.
Dribble 1-2, boom.
Right.
You know, one step dunk.
On a bad wheel. He couldn't do it on a bad wheel.
Right, because you can see how effective he was against the Clippers because obviously they didn't have Serge Ibaka. So and then all they had was Zubac. So yeah, of course that's natural. But like once he got some big dogs, it's a wrap. But
and that's why he can't give that money.
Yeah, right. So it was a few overreactions. I mean, achievers that I have. Obviously, I think the Bulls are 6-1. Great start. And I think they even had a shot. They almost could be damn near undefeated. That loss to the Knicks was kind of an interesting one. And then just the resolve on Monday to come back from being 19 down against the Celtics. I definitely think that's kind of that 6-1. It's really feeling last dance X. It's feeling like 1996.
Okay.
Around these parts in Chicago. Okay. And then the Wizards. There
y'all go. I said y'all was gonna do well. Now they done took off the mask. They about bad as Cowboys fans. Oh, y'all might go get ready.
They're talking about last dance.
You got
6-1 too.
You got folk and gangster disciples putting down their flags. So what the?
Do you understand how bad this team has been like over the last like 25 years? Like, yo, to be 6-1, it just doesn't. It's an amazing feeling. And then the Wizards. I think the Wizards, even though I had them as a playoff team, like kind of like a play-in type of team, what they're doing now. And then I even said they were going to be good due to just the haul that they got from Russell Westbrook. And I thought that was such a good haul that they got. Kyle Kuzma's doing his thing. And I think he's in a spot where there's a difference between LA and DC. DC is nice, but LA's is a different beast. LA is
we definitely told DC told him, man, if you don't get rid of that dye in your damn hair, the hell wrong with you,
right? Because right, and in LA, anything can happen. Hell, if I don't get this, if I'm horrible, the sun gonna shine. It's gonna be sunny. It's gonna be sunny and 70 degrees every day.
True. So, and you had LeBron, AD behind you too, and he's got a chance to play more, be really involved in the game here, and be a starter versus being something he never was really good at, which is being a guy off the bench,
a rotational guy. Yeah. Per se, but and then my underachiever is the Pacers. I think them at 2-6 is kind of interesting. I definitely thought they were going to be a team, especially under Rick Carlisle, that was just that was going to achieve a little bit better. But obviously, we were only 3 or 4 weeks in the season at 2-6 is kind of interesting. And then Boston, I'm really shocked. Boston was was a fringe team anyway. To be 2-5 though, at this point, I figured they would be like a 500 type of team. I knew they were another team that I said they were going to be like in that maybe that 7 to 10 range, that play-in range. And it's like it's just getting even worse because because I always look at this dynamic of if you got 2 All-Stars, and and then now there's dissension, obviously with Marcus Smart, which that to me is a big sign. Like you gotta think to yourself, like when you're heart and your soul to your team, telling them that like they need to pass the ball. There's something else going on. I mean, that's bad. That's to me. And Marcus Smart is very quiet. I really haven't heard much him being so vocal since Oklahoma State. So that's frightening. Like as far as for him to essentially call them out like that, because so that speaks volumes to me.
I heard through the grapevine it might be a trade.
It might be. I mean, at this point,
coming to the west side,
you might have to. I mean, because I think that alone is going to fraction that team, and I think it's going to be something that I don't even think a locked door players only meeting can resolve. I think Marcus Smart coming out like that's something like a frustration that's been hindering for years potentially.
And the fact that he said teams are game planning to make them pass because they know they don't want to pass. Right. That's the part. Like the rest of the statement, I'm like, all right, I feel you. Like I get it. But when he said that, I was like,
yo,
I need to go back and watch some games because he might be right.
Right.
I mean, what are they? Like it's like, they could, if they wanted to, they could easily be like the East Warriors. If they wanted to, you know what I mean? You got, Smart could be more like a Draymond, but he scored better. You know what I mean? And then you got the 2 shooters. They just do it right. Like I don't even know. Like I didn't have no ambition for them this season. Like they've done so much dirty stuff, and then like getting rid of people they should have quit, they should have kept, and you know what I mean? Just making the ridiculous. Some of the people that they took, and basically just to keep Tatum. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right. And definitely,
you don't have.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and then we also had our Twitter fam. Definitely follow us on Twitter, Couch Coach Live. We had them interact. So definitely huge shout out to Baseline Hoops. You can follow them at Baseline Hoops _1 on Twitter. He chimed in and said, as far as teams go, I'd say the overachiever is Memphis. 4-3 with big wins over the Warriors and Clippers on the road. And also almost beat the Lakers as well. I remember that game. And then everyone said they were blowing it up. And underachiever is I go with Boston now 2-5 with some bad chemistry. And they've won one Eastern Conference game, which, like you said, that's another one that is interesting. That's going forward, that could be something that could be problematic. But yeah.
I think Memphis got the Warriors number, B, on the low. And I think
it does feel like
not potentially. They beat them in the playing game, man.
They beat them, yeah. They beat them now. But
didn't they beat them twice?
They
was like, I think it was the last game of the season or something like that, or something.
It was somewhere close to the end of the season. I don't know if it was that last game, but it was near the very end of the season. You're right about that.
But I definitely want to see what they're gonna do once Clay come back. That's the sad.
Clay.
All right.
Clay been out for about 2 years.
Clay got something in there because he already got snubbed off the 75th anniversary team. So he already kind of, and Clay is, I will put it this way, he's a sports sociopath. I don't want to say he's a sociopath in real life, but he's a sports sociopath. Like Tom Brady, like they feed off of that type of stuff. You see, like now he be wearing like 77 in practice. Like he doing that because it's like, look, I want to prove a point. Like I should have been on that list.
Hey man,
who would you have taken off to put Clay on? Though that's the question.
I'm telling you, I don't think I wouldn't have took nobody off because I think the biggest nub was the White. The biggest nub was the White, and like because he, like Clay is good. Don't get me wrong, Clay is good. Maybe a top 100, 115-ish. But Clay, but I'm saying he's never led the league in scoring. he's never, you know what I'm saying? He's a hell of a perimeter defender, but I mean
he's like in the he's like in the
not
Kyrie.
decorated.
He's in the Kyrie catalog, like I mean, a group over there.
I
You know,
mean, yeah, he's
oh,
good.
he's
Now, don't
But
get
great.
it
me
doesn't
wrong.
cause the problems. But it doesn't
Right,
cause the
but
problems.
he doesn't go right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he comes from a good pedigree, NBA pedigree.
Right.
So
I got you.
that's the thing. I
He's
that's
two
why.
steps from being Scottie Pippen.
Mm.
But he's
that's
well controlled though.
real talk though. Like you
Right.
got a good point. You know what I'm saying? You got a good point.
But yeah, Clay. But I think Clay got something to prove. Like you said, he's been out for 2 years. Clay gonna give you, and I think he still got a little bit left in the tank. I mean, he's still fairly young. He's 33.
I hope so, man. I
he's
like
fairly
Clay. I
young.
hope so.
I hope so
I
too.
hope so too.
I like
I wish he was playing for like the Pacers, so he ain't got to put so much on himself, so he can get back. But if he playing for a team like the Warriors, when you look at them, what do you see? Championship. Like they even if they don't make the playoffs every year, you be looking like, man, they're gonna win the championship this year. They get if Clay come back healthy, all three of them out there.
It's a lot of extra added pressure to be coming off.
Bro.
It's added pressure. And they got and I like that team. They got a lot of youth and experience. So I think they got a nice mixture of both.
And they got
me too.
Yeah, and they got right.
That boy Wardell, Stephen Curry. That boy can play some basketball.
Wardell.
When we used to play basketball, and it was always that one little dude that just could shoot from anywhere.
Yep.
And you wanted to just trip him.
It was Steph.
I mean, you want to trip him. Like, he shoots.
Anyway. Well, fellas. So, next topic I want to talk about. Oh man, we had some NBA jersey fire as of late. The NBA city jerseys. I tell you, man, I always get a kick out the city jerseys, and I'm watching the Nets and the Hawks game, and they got theirs on the Nets, and I like Flame. I love them. So fellas, I'm gonna go around the horn. Your top 5 NBA city jerseys. Cool. What you got?
So I got to put the Charlotte one, and I like the Charlotte one a whole lot.
Yeah.
I really like that one.
Let me pull that up.
Yeah, I'll let you pull that one up.
Because I got like a literally like a There we go. Let me pull up from the bottom. There we go. All right. Yes. Yeah. So those are the jerseys.
Yeah, I like the Charlotte one that's at the bottom on that bottom row. I like that one.
Let me pull it up a little bit more for you.
The Miami one is also very clean to me. You know what I'm saying? The black with the color and everything on it, so it's like not too much because sometimes Miami go too far with them. So this one's like keep a little bit of that Miami Vice flash, but we're gonna tone it down a little bit to something that people can actually really like. If you want to go rock a Miami jersey, you can rock it. So I like that one too. You know what I'm saying? I like the Clippers because I like that blue and then that like the little bit of yellow. I feel like the Nuggets one should be more like that. I do not like the Nuggets one at all.
Really?
I'm not a fan of the Nuggets. I'm not a fan of it at all.
Yeah.
I like the Chicago one with the script because I like the script. I got a throwback Jordan with the script on it. I like the Chicago. I like the script. And I was struggling with the last one. But I'm actually going to go with the Washington one.
Yeah, I like that. That grew on me. That's grew on me. Yeah.
That's the ones I'm going to go with. There's some other ones I like, but those are the ones that really like, when I looked 3 or 4 times, they were still jumping out at me.
Yeah, big time. Maui, what you got?
Oh, man. I like the Nets one, the Nuggets one. That the Wizards? The one at the bottom?
Yeah,
the Wizards. Yeah, the Wizards nice.
Yeah.
I like that Utah one too. I said, let me see. Is that dark black one at the bottom by the Nets one? Is that the Cavs?
No, the Cavs is on the top row. That's the Warriors joint.
Oh yeah, I like that joint. And I guess I got one more, but I did mine completely. think the Miami one at the top. That's at the right with the 33.
Yeah, the
Oh
Miami
no,
with the 13.
you look at the Portland, the Rip City.
Oh, Rip City,
Oh, okay, yeah,
yes.
Rip City,
Oh,
yeah, okay.
yes. That's
You
what I
can't see
had
it.
as mine.
I
Yeah.
got the same thing up on my phone that he got, so I can see him a little bit better.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
Yeah. I had that as too. Like I think anything that says Rip City, take my money. They were like an honorable mention though.
Yeah, I feel that.
I like the Bucks. The Bucks just remind me of the Bradley Center. What y'all used to play? That was the old school days. Like Ray Allen. Kind of remind me of that.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff
When
give
they
me like
had
that 90s feel.
When they had that purple when they had the purple deer on it. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, kind of remind me of that. So that was kind of cool. The Houston's another one. I like this. That whole it brings back 1996 when they were from that old the championship Rockets. That old logo. Then they transitioned to the I call it 21st century type of logo at that particular time. I like that Houston. The Sixers ones, I like it because the Sixers kind of remind me of like the Sixers of old when I think about Julius Erving, Moses Malone, Joe Jellybean Bryant, like stuff like the world be free, kind of give me that kind of feel. And then on the sides, you see how the different colors that they have. I think that's kind of a good kind of the pulse of the city. I really like the Spurs. The Spurs. I love the Fiesta ones. I love the Spurs ones. I like those. Okay. And then I got like two more. I know I'm supposed to honorable mention the T-Wolves. I love the T-Wolves. That reminds me of like Kevin Garnett, Tom Oogly, baby. Ooh. You remember Harlan, Starberry, yes, Starberry, and and what's your boy Kevin Harlan on a. Because it was crazy because here in Richmond, they used to play T-Wolf games on the radio. Now, imagine I was maybe like 12, 13 years old. Now, I probably was like 11. And they used to play that, and then you would hear Kevin Harlan, and he'll be like, Doug West, Tom Oogly, baby. Do you remember that cool? You remember that? When he used to say that?
I remember hearing him say that time or two years.
Yeah. That's because that was kind of ushering in that area. Obviously the T-Wolves started with remember Doug West with the boosted fade.
Yeah, and then they had J.R. Ryder at one time.
J.R. Ryder, yeah. So that's kind of yeah.
Yo, didn't he play for the Cavs at one time?
Doug West probably did.
Yeah, he did.
Probably. Yeah.
He did. I thought. The boosted fade, bro.
before Boosie, right? So that's what makes it so special. But yeah, those they just classic, like you said. That we had the trio, or we had Stephon Marbury, Kevin Garnett, Tom Gugliotta. So that was definitely a trend there. And then to your point, cool, the Clippers. That kind of remind me of the San Diego Clippers. Bill Walton. Think about Bill Walton, LA Clippers. Well, San Diego Clippers. When it was the San Diego when Kareem hit that sky hook on Magic Johnson first game and he went up hugging him. Yeah, Cap. That's what it reminds me of the San Diego Clippers.
You know why we really like that one, don't you?
If
we being honest, you know why we really like that one, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Because it's had the Carolina Curls. That's why.
Yeah, it's Carolina Curls. Yep, I agree to say that. Yeah, they look Carolina-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's the colors the Denver joint should have, bro. All the Denver jerseys look the same now.
Right.
All they did was put some rainbows on the side. It's the same. Like green, that light blue for the city jersey, bro.
Like Melo, bring it back Melo days.
Let me design it. Let me design it.
Yeah, shoot. That's the
man. Y'all sound extremely biased. I already know what colors y'all gonna use and everything.
But that's cool. Like, because it's weird because Denver, they kind of flip flop. like it's almost like to a point they go back to the old like Kiki Vanderway kind of colorway. shout out to Kiki Vanderway. And that time, and what I'm saying, that time period. And like you said, I think like when we think about the Denver Nuggets present day, we look at like the Carolina blue, that that gold trim, they call it Mellow Days, Nene Hilario,
Yeah.
back in those days. And what was the dude that they got? I forgot the dude they drafted before Carmelo. I forgot the dude name. It was a foreign cat. But
I know you're talking about. I remember his name.
Yeah, he
talking about for Detroit or for the Nuggets?
For the Nuggets for 02.
Okay.
And this he was supposed to be a beast. I remember he was supposed to be like the next best thing, because at that time that's when everybody was comparing everybody to Dirk. So anybody who came out of anywhere, he's the next Dirk Nowitzki. Oh man, I cannot believe I forgot the dude's name. You know what?
I can't remember his name, but I can tell you some people that you should remember.
Yeah.
Remember a dude named Dikembe Mutombo?
Oh, absolutely. That's when they won them brown joints.
Yep. And I call him Antonio McNice, but Antonio McDice.
Yes.
He was there.
Bro.
NBA Live days.
Yes, sir.
Andre Miller. He played for the Cavs too.
Yep. LaFonso Ellis.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, I hated LaVonzo. I hated him because I remember one year we played them. This may have been like 96. And he went off on. Well, I'm a Bulls fan. He went off on us, and I like, he was like taunting and John. I'm like, man, this dude need to sit down. Like, we about to win a championship, and you over here acting like that. And
you talking about Coach? You talking about Mozgov?
Let me
Timothy Mozgov?
Nah, he was I'm about to pull up. This is him. Yeah, it was. Remember, it was Nicolas Tishashvili.
Oh, Nicolas Skeetisvili.
Yeah, Skeetisvili. Yeah, Skeetisvili. Yes, yeah, okay. Dog. I remember he was supposed to be like the next best thing. Like he was supposed to be like right.
I forgot about him. So bad. That's my squad. He was so bad. I forgot about him, bro.
Yeah, because I thought about I was like, I remember that 02 draft. Everybody was looking at him like kind of like, like we said at that time, everybody was getting compared.
Oh, Skeetisvili.
Yep.
Terrible.
He was supposed to be the next big thing. Yeah. Terrible and like you said, and because you think about even that Denver Nuggets team, that's when they had McDice, Van Axel, and
Slick Nick.
You just said, yep. And we thought that was a hell of a trio. And then that just lets you know how chemistry matters, regardless of who you put on the floor.
Nene. You was talking about Nene. He was there too.
Nene, he was in 02, the 02 draft too. He was in y'all second round pick or something like that. Yeah. So yep. And I remember, because that was Kiki Vanderway was the GM then. And I remember he was, that was when he was trying to, being that wheeling dealing. But yeah, so we had a lot of we also got other people's opinion on Twitter. So we'll kind of go over the list. I'm gonna pull some of them up. Oh, let me not get that one. All right, so definitely huge shout out to Fin Sports. That's at FIN Sports, the number 2. Follow them on Twitter. They said at Atlanta, Houston, Chicago, San Antonio, Brooklyn, and reading in graphic order. So definitely huge shout out to Fin Sports for chiming in.
Okay.
Oh shoot. And this thing, come on, technology. Don't fail me now. All right.
That's what it's there for, bro. That's what it's there for.
Man, I like that. I like that black Laker jersey, man. The Kobe Bryant one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do, man. I just didn't want to, you always, it's like every Lakers jersey, we always like, yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to pick be like a little different, pick something that was like a little, a little out there to the left a little bit. You know what I'm
saying? I was shocked no one had Minnesota. I was really shocked. So I was like, well, but except for I got Cole, nothing but airtime, and that's at nothing BT airtime. Follow him on Twitter as well. He has the Pacers, the Bucks, the Timberwolves, the Rockets, and the Miami Heat. Definitely huge shout out to Cole doing his thing on nothing but airtime.
What
All
up,
right.
Cole?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we got our boy Fresh, our cousin from Georgia, from ATL. So definitely huge shout out to Fresh.
Fresh.
Yep.
Fresh.
You got
Fresh.
you got Chicago, the Nets, Clippers, Washington, Hollywood, Lake Show, and Houston.
Okay.
So definitely huge shout out to our cousin from ATL. And then I'm with Cap Forever is at Candlestick Will. He got the Raptors, Suns, Kings, Blazers, and the Nuggets. Huge shout out to them. And then what we got here, we got our guy Kenneth, aka Shooters Pod. You can follow him at Shooters_Pod. He got Atlanta, San Antonio, Charlotte, Orlando, and Washington for me. Huge shout out to Kenneth. All right. Then we got our guy Stephen Gillespie, Stephen G Hoops, our guy. That's a huge shout out to Stephen. Our resident brother here on Couch Coach Live as well, along as Kenneth and also our country cousin Fresh. He got Atlanta, Houston, Brooklyn, Charlotte, and Toronto. All right.
I like that that dirty gray Brooklyn one too.
Yeah. And then also the Hoopers chimed in. Also, we talked about Fresh. They also said the Wizards and Spurs are honorable mentions. So definitely huge shout out to the fellas. Our country cousins once again chiming in. And then the Hoopers once again, they got Chicago, Houston, Milwaukee, Charlotte. They got the New York and Brooklyn. And if the Hawks weren't yellow, they would be number one. So
yeah, they're yellow with the Hawks, man. I'm glad that Nuggets don't have a yellow one this year because I'm like, bro, the yellow, no.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
And definitely shout out to the Pod Father. You can follow him at JHunt006. You got the Denver, Washington, Chicago, the Lakers, and Toronto. And then last but definitely not least, our guy Mo, aka 6-1. Houston, Brooklyn, Toronto, Charlotte, and Atlanta. Definitely huge shout out to Mo. You can follow Mo at Mo_Cheese15. Once again, shout out to 6-1 Mo for chiming in. All my fellas chiming in. Our family here on Couch Coach Live chiming in and give us that feedback of the top 5 NBA city jerseys. But yeah, man, they got some heat this year. I love these city, these city jerseys.
Yeah, a lot of them go hard. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them do go hard.
Yeah,
a lot of them do go hard.
They sure do. And it's like it'd be cool to play them like on 2K. You got the city jerseys. Like I do that type of stuff. And that's the dorkiness in me. Like what y'all doing, man? We rocking the city jerseys when we hoop. We be out there, you go out there and play with your boy Lamar, Maui, and be like, yo, I'm got the city jerseys on. Yeah. So fellas, do our week 9 picks, fellas. We'll get that going. So we'll go around the horn style. So cool. We got the New York Jets at the Indianapolis Colts. Who you got in this game? You got the Colts. Okay.
Anybody but the Jets. I do not trust the Jets. They had one great game. Big ups to them. They're still the Jets.
Who you got, Maui?
I'm a rock with the Jets. Different quarterback, and it's easy to pick I haven't picked the Jets. We'll do that. I don't know too much about them Colts.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my NFL Elite Pass team, the New York Football Jets. Mike White at the dock in Indianapolis. Like now, this matchup has become sexy. Like last week when we did the show we were like, oh gosh, we got the Jets and the Colts. It's like we're gonna have Joe Flacco versus Carson Wentz. But now we got Mike White. And then my nephew, Michael Carter at the dock. So you guys gonna start seeing a little Gotham City a little bit in a different light. So give me Mike White at the dock. All right. So we got the Battle of Ohio. We got the Cleveland Browns at the Cincinnati Bengals. Who you got, Cool?
I'm gonna have to go Cincinnati, man. I'm gonna have to go Cincinnati.
Okay. What you got, Maui?
Bengals.
Okay.
Love it.
Right.
All right, so I'm gonna be the lone wolf. Give me the Cleveland Browns with Baker with one shoulder. That bounce back.
Oh my God, he picked the Browns. Well, how would he do?
He did. He put that on tape for people to be able to see, Melly. He did that.
Correct, and I stand by it. We got the Washington football team in the West, the Denver Broncos going to Dallas. Cool, who you got?
You gotta go Dallas.
Don't that hurt? That hurt, don't it?
It burns deep down in a place that you don't want to touch.
It's painful.
I'm serious.
Yes. It's painful.
I'm serious.
What you got, Maui?
I'm pleading the fifth. Oh, okay.
Right. Who you telling?
No, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna pick Dallas. Ooh, I said it. It ain't that bad.
So you know what I do, Cool? Like in these moments, you know what I call them? I call them the Arlington football team. So
I'm gonna start rocking with that.
Correct. Give me the Arlington football team.
The AFT. I'm gonna just say AFT.
Yeah, AFT. Yep, AFT. I used to say the team from Texas, but I didn't. It's the Texans that they had too. So we got potentially the Deshaun Watson Bowl. We got the Houston Texans at the Miami Dolphins.
See, this is probably one of the hardest games to pick because they're both very bad.
Correct.
I'm gonna go with the Texans because I want them to win because I need Miami to be very bad.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Because there's a pick involved. Yes, that is correct.
There may be their first round pick that we're going to be happy that the season has something to do with my pick. There may be.
That first round pick is looking real like 8-ish at this point. It's looking top 10-ish.
It's definitely looking top 10-ish. Yeah. The Colts one is looking top 10-ish right now too.
Yeah. Surprise. Yeah. Hey, go. Hopefully Mike White will take care of business, and that'd be what.
Let's just say, if I'm wrong on that pick, I will not be upset whatsoever. I will gladly be wrong on that pick.
Right. Maui, who you got?
I'm gonna go Miami.
Okay.
This is really a pick'em game, to be honest. Like it's
yeah.
tight.
And this at home, so I'm gonna give me the Dolphins. If it was in Houston, I probably would pick the Texans, honestly.
I know one thing. If I was in Houston, I wouldn't be trying to get no massage. Damn.
Real talk.
I would. I would just stay.
I'll wait till I leave. You know what I'm saying?
There's some massage people like that. I ain't had nothing to do with it. Yeah. I can't get no work. I gotta go to Louisiana.
I would just.
I'm sorry.
And look, and not say you from Houston. You have to act like you just got there. I just moved here like last week. I don't know what's going on.
Exactly. Hopefully they'll have a massage chair in the facility for me at this point.
Go get your nails done. Next thing you know, the lady at the nails place, she done did you a pedicure. Now she done called ESPN.
Exactly.
He tried
good,
to
bro.
touch me.
Exactly. Nope. I'm good, bro. Like the massage chair ain't gonna say nothing. It's just gonna record data, and it's just gonna say, "Hey, I was in here for 15 minutes, and I was gone."
Right.
I put some whatever the coins or whatever I gotta put in there. Like I think like Gold's Gym, you gotta put like some little token.
Like you go to Gold's Gym or like they give you tokens to put in there. Yeah.
And I was like, yes. Can I have several tokens? I need a massage.
That's right.
You can only have 3.
Right. I'm like.
I need 6.
Yes,
appreciate it.
I'm paying a premium for this gym, and you're gonna give me 3 coins a day.
Well, and nobody's here, sir. Well, I'm only entitled to give you 3. Sorry.
Well, I'll be the Karen. I want to speak to your manager.
Right, now I'm gonna be the Karen.
Right. Eric, man, give him 6. Why would you say that? Well, we're supposed to. Anyway, that's my bad.
Right.
Sorry.
It's like, look, just the same thing. How I get a 10-piece nugget, only get 1 sauce.
you being real disrespectful right now, okay?
You got at least
one salt.
Gotta be at least two. Gotta be at least two.
And we got Atlanta at New Orleans. We got Trevor Siemian versus Matt Ryan.
Boy. Mm.
Man, you can give me the Falcons.
Yeah, Atlanta. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Atlanta too. I'm not quite sold on Trevor Siemian. I'm more sold on Matt Ryan than I am Trevor Siemian.
Yeah, I'm like, if I'm them, I'm like, trust me. Philip Rivers said he'd come back if allowed. I like, hey,
right?
I would
these
call
kids
him,
getting on my nerves.
Facts, big facts.
Shoot, they probably be better off with old boy if he could play.
What, Trevor Siemian? Oh, Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill, yeah, they'd probably be better off with Taysom Hill if he can play.
Yeah, I think they said he cleared concussion protocol this week, I think, because we knocked him clean out. I was still shocked he was in there. I was like, I thought, because we played them with October the 10th, and I didn't know he was still in there like almost 3 weeks later. I was like, damn, that's crazy. We got the Las Vegas Raiders at the New York Football Giants.
You know what? I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm gonna say the Giants get them a dub because I really don't believe in the Raiders.
Who you got, Maui?
What's the Raiders' record?
What, 6-2?
That's what I thought. I'm gonna go with the Raiders. At least they got something to play for now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think everything that's going on, and then it's always weird. Like we always talk about, we wait till November, December to have a fair gauge on this team, and it's for some odd reason they always have a East Coast game like right around this time of year, and that starts to decline. I don't know why that always happens, and I think this is going to happen. I think everything that's going on, obviously with the Henry Ruggs situation, all that stuff is compounding. Then all that stuff is going on, and I'm like, how can you, as a football team, not to take away from, obviously about condolences to the woman that passed away and the dog
family,
as well, and
her family.
That's
right.
Yeah,
that's right.
But if we're just gonna keep it in the football context as a team, even though he's released, he's not a part of this team anymore. But it's a lot that they have endured within the last month, essentially. So, and like you said, I think this, even regardless of what happened, I think this is gonna be the time. Like you said, I give me the Giants. I think they were so close last week. Well, not
really
last
close.
week, but Monday.
Yeah, they were really close.
They literally had a shot.
They actually played better than I expected them to play. I was kind of surprised.
I was impressed. That they even how shorthanded they are, and just and how undermanned they were. I think in a lot of facets of that game, but they fought hard.
Yeah, I need to go ahead and get they win or two out of the way before we play them, because we need to get 2 dubs.
Oh yeah, because that's right. And then they gonna retire Strahan number when y'all play them.
Yep.
But Thanksgiving week.
And we're gonna retire them, hopefully.
We got the New England Patriots at the Carolina Panthers. Who you got? Cool.
Definitely going Patriots on that one.
Okay.
Same here.
Patriots.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Panthers disappointed us, didn't they?
Well, yeah, I kind of thought they were. Because I had them actually like being 3-14, like so. So they have a.
So they overshooting what your expectation is, huh?
I know they can't. They have exceeded my expectation at this point.
Dang, he's at 3-14. Dang.
Yeah,
I think I did too, but I just thought that it was like I was looking at the games they played, the people they was playing, and then I was looking at the rest of their division. But
tough, yeah.
I thought they might have it. I was hoping that they would have a better chance. They horrible.
Yeah, they are. We got the Buffalo Bills at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We really need to say this?
I think it's unanimous, I guess.
I would think so.
What?
I'm going straight Bills all day.
Oh, yeah. Our Bills, yeah. Who you got, Mal? Buffalo or
Bills.
Duval? Okay. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Buffalo week, and that's another. I think it's just one step closer to Urban Meyer going to LA at this point. We got Minnesota at Baltimore. So who's gonna we got Kirk Cousins coming to the Avenue. Who you got?
Got to go with Lamar Jackson and them.
Okay.
I got to go with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, man.
You know what? He do this shit every week, and I'll still be ready. Like, he catching me off guard.
Yeah, he caught me. And I was trying to hold it together, man, but he caught me. I couldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he going up against the Avenue.
The Avenue.
He sound like he's ordering an expensive bottle of champagne and some obscene bar. Hey, can I get some champagne? Yes.
I'm trying
on Fifth Avenue.
I'm trying to convey the Baltimore accent.
I know, that's what's even funnier. I'm gonna go with the Ravens. Okay. Ravens need to do something. They need to step it up, man, because people starting to pay attention to them and realizing their defense is not that good.
And this is another one where God, Minnesota, it's almost literally one nail is in the coffin. And I think if they lose this one, I mean, you can really put a kibosh on that season. And they've had so many heartbreaking losses. It bothers me. But yeah, give me Baltimore. They'll win on the Avenue. I know people would kill me in Baltimore. I know I can't go to Baltimore no more. You know, because of that.
I can hear them now.
Can you blame them though?
I can hear you a whole whore. I heard you on your show.
Yeah.
Why would you even be talking like that?
I mean, it's like, I don't know. Baltimore is so weird. Like, you got the English accents. There's somewhat like Creole. And it's just like, and then somewhat of a slight sprinkle of DC. It's weird. It's the most weirdest thing ever.
Like when you talk to people from DC, really listen to them, they sound so ghetto. Like they uppity ghetto people, and they be speaking like it's a trip. Like, you know, I'm trying to go over Yolanda's house, like the way they say it. Like you be like, word. Like,
and it's just like, what?
And if you talking to your boss like that, like,
exactly. Like, I'm gonna be like, hey yo, Mo. I'm like, I'm Chris. Like, hey yo, Mo. It's like, you like the Redskins, Mo? My name's Chris. You know, but
my favorite city in the world, man. It is.
We got the LA Chargers coming east to the Philadelphia Eagles. Cool. Who you got?
Got them 3-5 Eagles, and I just want to remind the two gentlemen that I'm on here with.
Yeah.
5 wins for the season. How I told y'all that was laughable.
Yeah.
And we already at 3. We still got the Jets on the schedule. We still got the Broncos on the schedule. We got the Giants twice. We got the football team twice. We still got the Cowboys again. No, I'm just saying.
I know.
I'm just saying. We got a lot of winnable games left on the schedule. Y'all, it was really disrespectful with them 5 wins, and I ain't forgot about it. I just want to put that out.
I'm ready. Like you said, I'm gonna have you on the week before we play. We play on the 19th.
Well, so, nobody being disrespectful.
We got you over there for Christmas. We had you there for Christmas.
That was disrespectful.
That's
what that was.
Oh, nobody being did. I heard what you said about the Lakers, so I don't feel bad.
Who you got, Maui?
Who they playing again?
Oh, the Chargers.
The Chargers.
Chargers.
Hey, I'm going with the Chargers.
The Chargers. Justin Herbert's crashing back to earth.
Yeah, give me the Los Angeles Superchargers. And the great words of the former governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger, "Go Chargers, go!"
The damn Rams be signing up. The Rams be signing everybody, don't they?
Right.
Oh,
so we got Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers going to Arrowhead versus Patrick Mahomes.
Packers.
Who you got, cool?
I was gonna go Packers solidly until Jordan Love. Too much of an X factor. I don't know what we're gonna get from him yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still gonna have to go Packers because that defense in Kansas City is just
Who
they almost let us beat them. That's
right.
atrocious. When we was throwing the ball like 55 times a game, and you almost let us beat you. That's. I'm gonna have to say that they can at least run the ball, and Jordan Love will at least be a competent player, and they should be having Devontae Adams back. So I'm gonna have to go with Maui and go Green Bay for sure.
Yeah, Green Bay. What you got, Maui?
I'm going with the Packers, man.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, and like you said, and the thing I is two things that I don't like about with this matchup. I know State Farm is like, damn, we finally gonna get the Patrick and Aaron matchup, and I know they had commercials queued up, and then this news happened. But give me the Jordan Love price. Give me the Green Bay Packers.
Hold on, what's
State Farm give me
Aaron Rodgers ain't playing?
Yeah, he's out. Mm-mm. Yeah.
Are you
he's
serious?
out with COVID. Yeah, he's out with
COVID. He got COVID. Remember he said he was vaccinated? He lied.
Yeah,
he's not vaccinated. He's lying.
He lied. He lied.
Wow.
Yeah,
why couldn't he do that why couldn't that happen last week?
2 weeks ago.
I want to.
Right. We would have won that football game.
Yo. I wanted that Cardinal game was ridiculous, man. Like I hated that they scored that touchdown. But that's crazy.
In an ironic turn of events, AJ Green also has COVID.
I know, saying that's just crazy. Now it's just it's crazy now. It's starting to become rampant now in the NFL, you know. But Aaron Rodgers said he had it, but then he said he got the shot. And boy, and Roger Goodell, you got some explaining to do, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
You know what's crazy? I ain't heard nothing about that, and I've been looking at sports all day, and not once have they said something about he lied for real.
He said
he lied.
They played the clips. They played the clip where he said I'm vaccinated. So the only thing he could try to do is say like he had got his regular shots, but he wasn't talking about COVID. He could try to play that, but
right, because he said he was. I forgot what he said. It was said to nation. He was vaccine or something. It was something crazy. He said it. He said a different language. He kind of beat around the bush.
He never said like I got the COVID vaccine. He said that I'm vaccinated.
I'm vaccinated. Yeah, vaccinated meaning like almost like on some school kid. Like I got my measles, bumps.
I got my measles shot, my flu shot, whatever.
My flu shot, my like those type of shots that you get like before you go to college.
Right,
taking the shot and all that kind of stuff. That's how I made it sound like that type of stuff, right?
That's crazy.
Right. We got Arizona at San Francisco. Who you got, cool?
So this is the game where I got to do the bet hedging that I hate. Mm-hmm. If Kyler Murray plays, I got Arizona. If Kyler Murray doesn't play, I got the 49ers.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Cards still.
You go Arizona?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Cards still because I think that if you a second string with all those weapons, shit,
you make a good point.
Pull it out.
Yeah. So you say who you say you gonna have yours kind of NA?
Yeah. So mine is if Kyler's playing, I'm going with Arizona. If he's not, I'm going with the 49ers. So it depends on if Kyler Murray's playing or not. For me.
Yeah, I don't know. Cause I know he's been he was in a walking boot, obviously last Thursday, and he gets 10 days off. So even with that, give me San Francisco. It's gonna be in Santa Clara. So I think it's another divisional game. So give me that. Sunday night game, we have the Derrick Henry-less Tennessee Titans versus the Von Miller and the LA Rams.
I gotta go Rams.
Yeah. It's SoFi at that, and the most majestic. Oh my God, SoFi just
I want to go there, man.
Me too.
I want to go there. Yeah.
I can't.
And I want to go to I want to go to the Raiders stadium too in Vegas. I heard that is crazy.
Yes, and then the crazy. So you ever seen? They say they got like a screen that's outside of it that you can watch the games, like, and it's like on the
A
freeway. And I'm
huge,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I was like, what? Like, I would like literally get an Uber ride just to go through that highway just to look.
I want an Uber ride for like an older gentleman. It drives slow, and
Correct.
we just yeah,
White knuckle grip.
yes sir.
Yeah,
Big facts.
as you can see, they got the new screen of you can watch the football
Now, right.
game.
And now imagine being stuck in traffic in that. Like, yo, I'm like, I don't care. Like,
Right.
If
oh
I
well,
could keep the meter going,
there's a backup for 15 miles. Okay. I got
Right.
time. I got a TV. If we stay
Pretty
here
much.
maybe for a minute, okay, I'm cool with that, So
Exactly.
yeah, right. So Mal, who you got?
Rams, right?
Okay. Yeah, give me the Los Angeles Rams. Definitely, like you said, beautiful state. I can't wait to go to South SoFi. I hope we play them next year. Because I will make that trip to LA. Hell, I don't even care if they do play. I don't even care if the Washington football team is struggling. Go in the words of Joe Nathan. And then to round out week 9, we have the Chicago Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Maui, who you got? I know who
Hey,
you got.
go ahead and go to cool. I got to show
All
you
right,
something.
all right, cool. Who you got?
I was planning all week on not picking the Bears. But I
Mm-hmm.
thought about it. Justin Fields looks a little bit better.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to the limb and I'm gonna say the Bears.
Oh, you got the Monsters of the Midway. Okay, the
Yeah,
Monsters of the Midway.
I'm gonna take the Bears.
And Matt Nagy is. I want to see him coach this week. Oh, the Steelers. All right, we know. Yep, got the mask. Okay, AB.
And the AB. Okay, that's the hey. If I had a Steelers jersey, that would be the right one.
Yeah,
I heard some. There's been some hating going on about it, but I don't
yeah.
care.
Antonio Brown, the man that twerked at FedEx Field. I don't.
I remember.
I don't. I hated it. But the
Oh,
beauty thing,
they were so upset at the grocery store, man. It's like, what was he doing? I was like, he's from Florida. That's their history. That's their culture.
yeah, right. There is their culture.
Tootsie
And
Roll.
I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. The beauty thing about Week 9 is Washington has a bye week. I'm so excited to just decompress from football this Sunday.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
so excited.
I've been watching the football boys, and y'all look so miserable when y'all talk, man.
It's horrible.
That's what y'all get for talking all that trash last year about how y'all beat
No.
us and how Baker Mayfield did all this stuff to us. Yeah, that's what y'all get. I don't treat y'all like that.
I love that. That was such a good win. That's probably our best win of the season when we beat y'all. I thought that was just indicative of kind of how we were last year. Like we just a team that just never quit. I love that 2020 team, even though we were 79. But this year, oh God, it is the worst. And oh gosh, I'm so glad we got a bye week. I'm literally, I cannot wait to January 9th at 4:25 when this is over. Because I think we got the Giants, yeah. So we won't be doing those Sunday night flex this time. So we'll be a 1:00 game.
You got us the week before that too. You got us the week before that. I'll be there.
Yeah, because that's what you going to FedEx, yeah.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's gonna be like 85% Eagles fans deal.
Yes, it is.
Like, how's that happen? Like, it's ridiculous.
I went. So I go with my boy every year. So I go in. I'm like, all right, we had at the time the Redskins, because we ain't been in the last few years, but we there at the game. Walking in, I'm like, it's gonna be a whole bunch of people tripping. These fans are gonna be looking at me crazy. I walk in, I'm like, I know like 15 of y'all.
Right.
That's a whole bunch of green jerseys. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking down the turnstile and everything, and I'm cool. Fly Eagles, fly, baby. I'm like, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, way too many.
Like
I was surprised by how many Eagles fans it was there. I was surprised. We took over. It was crazy.
Yeah, and it's everywhere. Like every time we have a game, we always get outshadowed by the road team. It's so
It's your
weird.
ticket.
I
It's
always
your ticket. It's your season ticket holders. That's what fault it is.
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, but why? I mean, I don't blame them. Why in the hell would I spend $1,000 for a bad product?
Well, they buy the tickets and then they sell them off game by game. You
Right,
know
but
what I'm
that's what I'm
saying?
saying. So you get a
Yeah.
return on your money. Like hell
Mhm.
yeah, I would too, big time. So let's put a ball in this week's Couch Coach Live, fellas. Game ball. Who you giving out this game ball this week? Game ball to Maui. Who you got?
Oh man, I'm gonna give it the game ball to my fellow Scorpio. Today's his birthday, to Colin Kaepernick. He has
Okay.
a show on Netflix. Um, I was supposed to be taking my little nap before my shifts, and I stayed up and watched the whole thing. Kind of touched me a little bit.
Mhm.
I thought he grew up in a mixed household, but his parents was all actually white. He's adopted. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
And him
Yep.
dealing with being biracial, and his parents not understanding, and then being a star athlete and everything he was going through as a teenager. It really hit me kind of hard, especially with my daughter being biracial and everybody making comments about her hair. You know, everybody, because she's tall, even though she's tall, she's still got the, she's still young, but everybody thinks she's probably 17. But it just hit me a little bit. Pretty good show, man.
Yeah. Cool. Who you got? Who's your game ball this week?
So I want to give a game ball to Mike Tomlin. The reason
Okay.
being,
Yeah.
this is a guy who consistently wins. This year, he's been dealing with Ben Roethlisberger not being as good as he normally is, major injuries to the offense and defense, and he's not going to have a losing season. He never does. So no matter what, I'm gonna give Mike Tomlin, a game ball for being the pillar of consistency in coaching in the NFL, and the fact that he is a um, brother makes it even better.
Yeah.
Go get Odell. Go get Odell.
He would probably be a good
Hey,
fit in their locker room. Y'all
Or
can absorb
Deshaun.
him.
Or Deshaun. Or Jackson. Or Jackson. Go get either one. I don't care. Please.
And if you get Jackson,
I
he
beg
gonna
of
end up
you.
in the same place that Juju is. Just gonna let you know that.
Well,
yeah.
go get Odell. Go get Odell.
Because Deshaun, when he played, but that man is hurt a lot now.
Yeah. Huge shout out to the backup quarterback this week, doing their thing. But one in particular, Mike White. I think like we talked about it earlier, doing this thing against the Cincinnati Bengals, had 405 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Um, made the Jets look somewhat of a good team. And think about even in their 2 wins, they've had two formidable opponents. Look at the Tennessee Titans as a team that's at this point would be the number one seed in the AFC, but I think they'll limp into the playoffs even without Derrick Henry, and then also quality win against the Cincinnati Bengals. So Mike White, and hopefully the legend of Mike White will continue tomorrow night on Sunday night on Thursday Night Football. So yeah. So let's put a bow on this week's Couch Coach Live. Final thoughts and social media. Cool. What you got?
Um, a lot of crazy things in the world of sports this week, man.
Yeah.
Just button in for the ride. It's gonna get even wilder as we keep going. College basketball is about to be added to the mix here in the
Yeah.
next few weeks. So Braves won. Still very happy about that. Hopefully we can go and get this upset this week for the Eagles
Yeah.
and go Tar Heels.
Yeah. Big time. Big time. Maui, what you got?
Oh man, nothing much. Just great show. You know, uh, the Lakers lost first game, and then the OKC, and I had to walk in that barber shop and had to
Oh
hear
yeah.
blah 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 blah,
Oh yeah.
and then I and
Yeah.
then I'm watching every game and analyzing it, because I did the same thing in 2019 and 2020, and I
Mhm.
could. Last night was the first time I said, okay, there we go. Because
I
I was
agree.
like, I hadn't seen LeBron and Westbrook really talk, like, and last night was the first time I seen them really talking. And then I seen Westbrook wasn't wild. It was just the first time I saw okay, you just remember 2019 and how going into November was so important because then they went on like a 15 and 16 game win streak. So it's gonna be okay. They don't listen to the hype. It's gonna be okay.
Y'all got the talent, man. It's just it all blended together. That's y'all got the talent. You know what I'm saying? The talent's there.
Yeah, big time. Yeah. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, On the Couch Coach Live. Follow us on social media. Like you said, what a wild ride in sports that we've had. What a crazy week we've had in the world of sports, and just also just simple message, man. Don't drink and drive. Don't if you and it's just one of those things where it's just if you know you had too much, get somebody your keys. Uber, Lyft, always available regardless of what city. Even Sean, we was on the road, you get an Uber in Iowa City, Iowa, in the middle of the night. So, you can it's Ubers everywhere. If you feel you had too much drink, let them get you a ride. It's on your phone. It's easy. Get your car the next day. If you had too much to drink, do not drink and drive, because what we've seen in this and what we've had in this last 48 hours, you've seen 3 lives being changed.
Mm-hmm.
And an innocent person who was just driving on the highway, just doing their thing 3 o'clock at night. Who knows? Could be going to work, could just been doing anything. Gets rear-ended by a drunk driver. Hit, her life is over in such a tragic way, in such an instant. That you got, and then being involved, the person who rear-ended her, an NFL guy at 22 years old, who pretty much, his career is over. He's going to be facing some time, and then not to mention his girlfriend who was in the car was severely injured. So 3 lives were affected by this, and you can even look at the totality, even amongst his former teammates, how the impact of that it really felt to them. You look at, like, if you heard Tua was on the verge of crying, like, because that's his brother, that's his friend, and even I feel bad for poor Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr, I know us as men, we ain't the most innocent people on earth, but I look at Derek Carr as by far probably one of the most purest guys I don't know him, but he comes across as a real pure guy. And then to hear him say, well, we just text him hours before the crash, it's almost like he's taking on that burden to think, like, I wish he would have texted me and told me, hey, he needs a ride. So yeah, you just look at those type of things where when you do these type of acts, everyone's affected. So one bad mistake led to everybody having different types of effects, and it affects everybody. And like we said, don't drink and drive. That's my biggest message. But yep. So with that being said, definitely appreciate you, Cool, for coming on this week. Definitely appreciate you. We definitely gonna have you on before the year's over when we when that NFC East battle in next month. Who knows? I know how we're gonna be at this point. Hopefully the baby steps, we can start walking and actually scoring more than 10 points. But I don't know.
Listen. Don't forget playcallsportstalk.com, y'all. Friday nights.
Yes, Friday night.
7 p.m. Eastern time. But I don't know any more about how we gonna beat y'all. Because every week I don't know. Like every game I'd be like, come on, man.
Who you telling?
I like have no idea who I'm gonna see on the field. So
who you telling? And I don't know how many gifts we keep on giving to these people. It ain't even Christmas yet, and we giving these teams gifts and opportunities. They giving us gifts and opportunities, and we ain't taking advantage of it.
But just continue to give the gifts, please, sir.
Correct. Hopefully, we'll take advantage of those eventually. But time will tell on that one. But yeah, definitely appreciate you, Cool, for coming in. So with that being said, great show, fellas, and we will catch you guys on the next Couch Coach Live. And it's a wrap. We'll catch you guys next week.
You're welcome.
Right.